Hi everyone. A while back when I was working in my coffee journal a lot and I had made that little printable of the coffee elements, a lot of you were commenting that you don't like coffee but you do drink tea. And several of you even requested that I make a printable about tea. So I finally got that done and I want to share that with you today. So here's the sheet and it's got just lots of little fun images. I made a couple of cups here. This little tea bag I drew and painted. I watercolored that. And I've got a few tags. Here's a little tag I made, and I hand cut some letters to spell the word tea using scrapbook paper scraps. So that's that one. And then we've got some phrases, some words, and I just think it turned out really cute, and I'm real happy with it, and I'm excited because today I'm going to make a little tea page. Now, I promise you I'm not cheating on my coffee. I do drink tea occasionally, too. But I thought it would be fun, since I've not made a tea page, that would be a fun thing to do today. So I have the digital available in my Etsy shop for anybody who's interested and wants to have some tea embellishments and labels and tags and things. I also have the same set in printed form. For those of you who don't have access to printers, you can purchase the printed version. And the printed version also comes with some little additional embellishments. This is a little tag I made. I really love how that turned out. And I used my little coffee cup that y'all have seen already, but I added a tea bag to it. So I thought that was fun. And then there's a little label for you to put on a page, and you can list what your favorite teas are. So this one has a couple of pieces of painted paper at the top and bottom to resemble washi tapes. So I thought that was kind of a fun little addition. And then there's also a coffee cup paper clip. And I figured it could be a coffee cup or a teacup. It doesn't matter. So some of you who got my coffee kits before might have received one of these, but I figured that could easily be a teacup just the same. So that's the printed version. And these are both going to be available in my Etsy store. So let's play. I took the printable and I cut it all apart. And so I've got all the little items separated and, ready to use. That's fun to me, just to have everything snipped out while I watch TV or something. I'll be snipping out little things. So today I'm going to use this little green cup. I really love, this was a piece of scrapbook paper that I've had for easily, I would say 9 or 10 years. And I loved this paper, and this is just a little scrap that was left over of that, and I was so excited to use it to make this little cup with the tea bag in it. So I'm going to use that today, and I will decide on the rest of it. I think I want to use this too, because I just love this. I think it's so fun, and it looks really sweet with that green cup. So I'm going to move the rest of it aside for now. I may grab some words later to use, but I picked out a page, this one, which is pretty busy, and I need to do a little bit to it before I start to add my embellishments. I'm going to add a little bit more white just to kind of tone this down a little bit. I'm also going to add some more pink. This was a page that I had where the green is. I had just rolled a brayer to clean my brayer when I was jelly printing. So I've got these straight lines, and they didn't go all the way out to the edge. And then, later I was coming back using up paint, and that's where the yellow dots came from. And so this pink magenta color here was also rolling off the brayer. So I think it's usable. I just got to do a little bit to it to make sure it's going to work. Okay, so now I've got some, I'm going to turn this around because I'm working on this side. I don't want to drag paint over the finished page. I've got some tissue paper, and I'm just wadding it up. I've got some white paint out over here. Wouldn't be a bad idea to just cover that. Just to play it safe. Okay. So we got wadded up tissue, loosely wadded. And just going to dip it in the paint. And then we're going to do one of these numbers just to continue to tone this down. It just leaves fun little random marks. I love this. So it's still a little bit busy. I laid my cup here and it still kind of gets a little bit lost. So now that I have the darker white areas, I'm going to do some watered down white. Typically I would use gesso for this, but since I have this white paint out, I'm going to use it. Okay, and then I'm just going to kind of coat the whole page just to tone it down. Tone it down more, I should say. And you'll still see the color underneath, but it won't be so in your face. Okay, so now I'm going to do some stamping on the background. And I've got my little homemade stamp that I made gluing the little rubber rings onto a piece of foam core board. And I'm just going to use that. And just putting a mat underneath here so that I can stamp on this bumpy book. I set my cup on here and it's still, even though it's better, it still feels like the background is a little bit too busy for the cup. And so I took some pink scrapbook paper scraps and I cut a little triangle and I'm going to put it here at the bottom of the page. And I think I'm going to make a little tuck spot there. So I might want to write a note and stick inside about how I enjoyed this tea, right? And then when I set the cup on there, I just love that so much more. And then I have a tea bag wrapper. And I was going to put the whole tea bag wrapper on here, but it's a little bit big and it's very lumpy because of the way it was made. It's crimped here, and so that makes it real lumpy. So I'm going to cut it apart and just kind of keep the front of it and not the whole width, but just kind of, you know, trim down the sides, and hopefully that'll take out some of that lumpiness. All of it, I hope. Okay, so we'll just do that. I don't know if I got enough of it apart. Let's see. No, I didn't cut quite enough. Okay. There we go. All right. Now, it's a little bit powdery in there. I'm going to wipe it. A little bit of tea residue in there. Okay. All right. Then I'm going to cut this at the bottom here. Well, I was going to cut it straight, but you know what happened, right? I have issues with cutting straight. But, you know, it is what it is, right? I'm going to go ahead and cut across the top, too. Okay. So, yeah, see, that'll lay nice and flat on the page. And so I want to have that there just to have a record of this tea that I enjoy. I like lots of different teas, but this is one of my favorites because, of course, it's ginger, and y'all know how I like ginger. But I also like green tea, and I like fennel tea, which tastes like licorice, which is yummy. And I like peppermint tea. But today I'm going with the ginger because the lemon ginger is the one I drink the most of when I drink tea. So I want to put the little tag at the top. I like the way the yellows are tying in together. And I feel like it needs something underneath it as well. And so I grabbed this bag. I cut a little strip, and I thought maybe I could put that like across the page. Maybe have the little tag there. I've got some yellow scrapbook paper too. It's a little bit bright, but it's kind of okay. I'll fiddle around, figure something out, but that's the kind of idea I was going after. And I was thinking I might take this, and this is where the bag is glued together, and I'm just pulling off this strip here to use. And it is tearing this side of it just a little bit. It's like real thin. But I'm gonna wrap that over the edge of this little pocket, and all of that piece will be underneath, so it won't matter that it's kind of thin and ragged. So that's the purpose of this, and that way I can save and use this little piece too that's been glued. Yeah, got plenty. Okay, I'm gonna just tear it at the bottom. Okay, so yeah, that's gonna work just fine. And then we'll go over that, just kind of like a little edging on it. Okay, so not only does that look nice, it makes the top edge of the pocket a little bit more durable. All right, my page needs a border, and I'm going to do that before I attach these things. Okay, I made a couple of decisions, little changes. Well, actually, this is a big change. I'm still not crazy about this background. It's the background is fine. It's just for these elements that I'm putting on it, I don't really like it so much, so I'm going to change it. And you know, I've told you guys before, if you don't like something that you're working on, just change it until you like it. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to change it again. And I'm going to bring in a piece of this gift wrap that I really like. And I'm not covering all of the background, but I'm covering up a good chunk of it in the middle. So I can still see part of it in the back, and I think it frames out the piece of paper kind of nicely. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to add that. But then when I put my cup on, I felt like there were plants coming out of the cup. So I had to remedy that. And I got a doily, and I'm going to attach that inside the top of this little pocket, this little tuck spot. So I'll attach that right along that line there. And the cup now sits there, and that looks reasonable. The tea bag, I'm not sure if I want to keep it there or put it here. Thinking about it. I kind of like it at the bottom. That's not terrible. All right, the tea tag, I still want to put at the top. But I don't think that I need these pieces now, since I've got a lot of color going on. Although I could put some of this along the top. Not all of this, but just like this. Trimmed this off a minute ago. Maybe this will work. Yeah. Like, you know, could put a little piece of that there just to kind of tie it in on the page. I don't think it looks bad. I think it looks okay, actually. And then I'm going to, I am going to add these words, a hug and a mug. And I'm going to tack those on or glue those on right here at the bottom of the tag. I like that. Could come down here. And I might do that now. Originally, I was thinking about setting it on the bottom of the tag, but I could put it here. I like that too. And I'll outline it so it can be seen. And then I have a tag from a lemon ginger tea. It's a different brand than this one, but I like the tag itself, and I thought it would look cute if I can get it off of here. Let's see. Anyway, I thought it would be kind of cute to attach it on the edge of the page, kind of like a little tab on the page. I think that my piece of gift wrap needs to have a little border around it as well. So I'm going to do that first. Oh yeah, I like that much better already. Makes a big difference, doesn't it? Just a little border. Very nice. Okay, I think I'm going to end up putting the tea bag inside with the note in the pocket here. Now that I've got the color on the page, I don't find this as necessary for color. So I may just tuck that inside and, you know, kind of have it peeking out a little so that, you know, you'll see it and want to pull it out and see what's going on there. But yeah, I like that, I think. And I got my little words outlined. So all I need to do now is attach my tag. And I've got a little piece of scrap fabric. And I'm going to cut a little strip so that I can use it as a little tie on my tag. I'm not going to tie it because the knot would be real bulky, but I'm going to staple it on. So just a little bit of it. Okay. So that can go there. I think I'll trim that off just a little bit. I don't really need it to be too long. Yeah. Okay. All right. I wonder if I want to put my words down here. Ooh, I kind of like that too. I like that better. It shows up so much more down here. And hey, I'm going to attach this. Maybe instead of a page tag, it'll just be a little, a page tab. It'll be a little tab on the tea bag. I like that. Here we go. Yep. Well, this was so much fun, you guys. Love it. I feel a lot better about it with that colorful gift wrap on there. I love that. I love that paper anyway, so I'm glad to use a nice big chunk of it in my journal so that I'll always have it. All right, you guys, that's it for me today. Remember to check out my Etsy store if you're interested in these little printables or in the printed version. And we will see you again very soon in the next video. Thanks for joining me. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.